Does our hair grow faster when we get a trimmer cut? And that is actually hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Sashelle, and today guys I am giving you a long overdue relaxer update. It is 1 month post relaxer, and I'm just letting you know like how it has been the past month, what changes I have seen thus far, and like products that I use and all of that. But in this video specifically, I also want to talk about cutting, the importance of cutting, and in entirety, does trimming your hair equates to your hair growing faster than normal? I'm going to address that also in this video. So if that is something that is of interest to you, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and continue on into the video. So first and foremost, I want to go into my length check.
So guys, this is the length of my hair immediately after I've done my relaxer, and guys, as you can see, it was very layered, so I just wanted to create an evenness at the ends, and I cut it to this length, as you remember in my previous video, just to start afresh and to grow out my hair where everything is in one length, which is not, but you know, I'm working on that.
Let me show you what it was like this time comparing to last time.
So after measuring left front last time, it was 13, and this time it is 14 and a half, guys. You can see how surprised I was. It was literally 14 and a half. So let us go to right front, and right front the last time was 13 and a half, and now it is 14 and a half, making both sides of the front at the same length.
That is right front.
So now let's go to left back. Previously left back was at 12 and a half. This point it is at 13, so half an inch of growth. Moving on to right back, and previously that was 13 and a half, and this time it is
14.
As you can see, 14.
Okay guys, so you have seen what I have seen and what I could not believe that I saw, and that was at least an inch to an inch and a half on different areas. And I am a bit shocked. I'm a bit shocked of this because, for one, two things happened that struck me. This side of my hair grew at least an inch and a half. This was my slower growing side since my postpartum shedding. This was originally my slower growing side, but in the past month this has been my slowest growing side, and this side literally grew an inch to an inch and a half this past month. I am just surprised. That is something that is above normal, because we know that typically hair grows like an half an inch a month. It can be more, can be less, but on average our hair grows an inch to an inch and a half. During my journey I tend to realize that it does grow like a half inch and a half, on rare occasions more. So I am guessing that I'm a bit above normal this month in terms of growth. So the first thing that I thought was, what did I do to equate to this level of growth in that past month? So just to recap what I did my relaxer a month ago. It's a month and about a week, yes, since I did my relaxer. So the first week on relaxer day, I did my regular wash. I neutralized and I did my keratin 2-meat reconstructor. Then I went in the week afterwards and I did a major protein treat. Exactly 7 days after I did my relaxer, I did a Alpha G 2-step protein treatment, which is a heavy protein treatment. The next week I did my moisturizing treatment because of all the protein that I was getting my hair. So I ensured that I did a moisturizing treatment with only my Tresemme conditioner for that week. And then for my deep conditioning this week, I mixed my hair mayo and my Tresemme as my deep conditioning. And what I did a lot this month, I just kept my hair in braids. So I had my hair braided in 4 big plaits for the most part. What I did generously for the first 3 weeks, including relaxer day and the other 2 weeks following that, I did roller set and I wrapped. So that was my protective styling for the time period. I didn't leave my house, so I did not need to do any styling per se, like in terms of manipulate my hair too much. So my hair was basically wrapped up for the most part. Between those times, at least twice a week, I ensure that I moisturize my scalp with my Jamaican black castor oil. The first 2 weeks I used my Nature's Line Jamaican black castor oil. The last 2 weeks I used my Tropical Isle Jamaican black castor oil brand, because I ended up finding it like in the stores. It was gone for a while and then I got it back, so thank God I got it back. And I did my regular LCO method. I will have a video on how I do my LCO method on those 3 times a week that I do my moisturizing and my sealing. Otherwise my hair was always up and about, unless I'm going to record and I will take it down and I style my hair. The main thing that I did is that I did my relaxer. My ends were not looking the best. It was about right here in terms of length, but it was very layered and I wanted my hair to be out of the layers and to look more neat towards the ends and get rid of those uneven ends. So I did a cut so I could go on that journey with you guys. And I was positive in going into cutting my hair because I know for a fact that when I cut my hair springs back faster. So let us go now on to cutting, which is primarily what I wanted to focus on this video. Let us just clear up all the truths and the myths regarding cutting or trimming your hair. For me, a trim is like you take about a little bit up to about an inch of hair. To me, once you go over like an inch to an inch and a half or 2, I consider that as a cut. So in my head I did a cut because I cut off to about 2 inches of hair in my last relaxer. So when I cut my hair, and as I explained to you guys, I tend to see a lot more growth in my hair when I get my hair cut. But the bigger question is, does cutting your hair makes your hair grows faster? And I thought about this and I look at my journey and I look how my hair tends to grow rapidly more when I cut my hair. And I'm gonna put a picture right here, shows you in previous years, I think it was last year, yeah, and you could see the extreme growth between these 2 pictures here when I cut my hair and how it flourished months after. And then you can see now, for example, today up to this point when I'm doing this video, how I cut my hair a month ago and how it has been thriving and getting so long since I cut my hair. And then doing that research, doing my own research, seeing other persons, I have come to the conclusion, does our hair grow faster when we get a trim or a cut? And that is actually a myth. And let me explain, because person gonna be like, so how did you get so much length then? Basically what has happened is that when you trim your hair, you get rid of those ends that are very problematic and very traumatic to your hair. So what happens, why you see your hair growing faster, is that it is not breaking off, which is primarily the reason why we are not seeing growth. It is not that our hair is not growing. To me, it is more of an illusion. When you cut your hair, you are seeing that you are seeing the growth that is happening quicker because there's nothing that is heating at your hair. So on average, I thought my hair grew like half an inch a month, and that is like average for most persons. But it could be that my hair grows more than half an inch a month, but I did not see that was happening because my ends were not good. And so what is happening is that we are not seeing the growth because we have split ends or we have damaged ends and raggedy ends. So when we do cut off those ends, now we are able to see the progress of our hair and we're able to see grow. On average, like myself, we're seeing like half an inch of growth. That is really and truly the remains of the parts that were not damaged or did not broke off. So it could be that our hair grows more than that, but we don't see it unless we get a cut when our hair is fresh and starting to spring anew. So I hope that you guys kind of get what I'm trying to say. So with that conclusion, I realized that there's a possibility that my hair is growing more than half an inch a month, but I'm not seeing that because sometimes it is breaking off because of bad ends. So once I start to trim my hair, or once I go in and I get a good trim and I clean up those ends, I'm seeing all of the growth of my hair, because now there's nothing that is eating away half an inch or a quarter of an inch or a third or 1/8 of an inch of hair. That is why trimming is important, and one of the main ways that you will see the growth that is happening. The growth that you were blessed with was basically retained. After you have gotten that trim, you basically have seen the full growth of your hair, versus if you did not trim and you still have split ends or damaged ends that is making its way up the shaft of your hair, then when you do actually go into the next month and look back, you don't really see the full progress of your hair. So in synopsis, cutting your hair is of utmost importance in a healthy hair journey because of a few things. It looks more healthy once you get a trim. It looks fuller, and it automatically looks like your hair is well taken care of, just because you have gotten rid of those bad ends that are basically causing more damage to the hair. So it appears more healthier, it looks more healthier, your ends look fuller and more tidy, and it looks more appealing when you're styling your hair. Another reason why you have to get routine trims is because you kind of want to bend the tree from the root, meaning that if you have a split ends, you want to detect them fast enough that before they make their way up the shaft of the hair, because split ends cannot be cured. So you can't bend back a split end. Once there was a single strand of hair and then that bursts into, and that then splits into two, which is called a split ends, it's gonna eventually go up the shaft of the hair and continue to split up the shaft of the hair. So your best option here is to cut your hair, get rid of that split end, and a routine half-inch trim eradicates the need to get a big chop of like 3 inches or so. So cutting your hair is of utmost importance. It is a major part of your hair journey, and it is a pleasant help in getting your hair to its healthier stage. And I know that cutting your hair might be a bit counterproductive, because why, if I'm trying to cut my hair, why, if I'm trying to grow my hair, why am I cutting it? I used to feel like that, but in reality, you are cutting off what is eventually not going to benefit your hair anyways. It is really a necessary evil. It has been a successful stretch. So my hair has been thriving, thank God. There's nothing to complain about as it relates to my hair. And guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!